Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to Blackout Radio with the Dunn Boys on WLXU 93.9 Lexington Community Radio. Right now, we have the great Dr. Umar Johnson on the line. And, hey, once again, I would just like to say it is a pleasure to have you speaking to us. And I have to ask a question, my brother. My brother Brennan had to step out, and just for the record, Brennan is the one that contacted Dr. Umar and made this possible for you guys to hear. But Brennan has a question, and his question was, Dr. Umar, why did you not participate, or why were you not on Hidden Colors 4?
Oh, yes, sir. Well, first, let me say that I support the Hidden Colors movement. I don't have an issue with anybody who is a part of the Hidden Colors movement. That would be ridiculous since I played a major role in the success of Hidden Colors, the first three of them. It's just that I'm working on some other projects that really didn't provide me with the time to do something like that. I really have to start focusing on building up my own brand because I have projects that need to be financed. We have the school, we have the Repatriation Task Force, now we have the National Independent Black Parent Association, which I will be talking about a lot Tuesday at Kentucky State University, so we want everybody to come on out. But the official statement is Dr. Umar Johnson has no issues with the Hidden Colors series. I love it. I love it what it's done. I love the role that I played in helping to make it the household name that it is. So there's no issues. It's just that my focus is on building up the Team Pan African and the unapologetically African brand, and that's where my focus is at these days.
Oh, that's definitely what's up. Now, Dr. Umar, you got to build your brand, and, being at K-State on Tuesday, the 20th, at 6 o'clock, that's going to help build that brand because everybody in Lexington knows who you are. So would you mind, please, telling our listeners what you are going to be bringing to the table? We know you always bring that fire, but can you please just, because we're going to have to close out this segment here in a few minutes. We got approximately, we got 10 minutes, Brother Johnson. So if you don't mind, just give it to them raw and uncut and let them know what they have to look forward to because we will be in the building. Lexington will be in the building at Kentucky State. Hey, we want to know what Dr. Johnson has to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tuesday, September the 20th. Doors open up at 4. Program from 6 to 9. Every college student in America with a valid ID gets in free. Children 12 and under get in free. Elders 65 and older get in free. I'm going to talk about the miseducation machine, how special education is being used in the service of African racial extermination. I'm going to talk about the learning disability fraud. I'm going to talk about the ADHD hoax. I'm going to talk about retardation hustle. I'm going to talk about the emotional disturbance as the new angry black male syndrome. I'm going to talk about Ritalin, Adderall, Concerta, Strattera, Cycler, Prozac, Depakote, Risperdal, and all these dangerous psychiatric medicines that they be pumping into our boys in the name of miseducation. I'm going to talk about Marcus Garvey Academy, the illusion of inclusion, the upcoming 2016 presidential election. Should black people vote? I'm going to talk about the black male-female relationship debacle and what we need to do in order to fix our families and fix black romance because black romance is revolutionary. I want to talk to parents about how they can do a better job of raising their children. I want to talk about the higher education hustle that is sending so many young blacks to college only to come out in student loan debt, owing hundreds of thousands of dollars to the bank and can't even find a job. I'm going to talk about the new COINTELPRO. I'm going to talk about the Chinese invasion of Africa. I'm going to talk about the need for black banks and the need for black businesses to unite and empower each other. And most of all, I'm going to talk about the good gospel of Garveyism, revolutionary Pan-Africanism, nationalism, or extermination. It's 2017 coming right up. You got work to do. Is unite or die.
Hey, yes, sir. I'm with you. I will be in attendance most definitely. Can you please, we want to make sure everybody is there. Everybody listening, everybody who's not listening, we need to get this message out so that everybody, every black man, woman, and child in Lexington, Kentucky will be in attendance at K-State. So can you please give all the information, the time the doors open, where it's going to be, so everybody knows from Dr. Umar that Dr. Umar will be there. Dr. Umar is going to show up.
Yes, Dr. Umar will be there the day before. I'm coming in the day before to make sure I'm there in case it rains or snows or whatever it's going to do next week. I'm going to make sure I get there a little bit early. So, yes, come on out. Bring the whole family. Bring the children. Bring the elders. Bring the neighbors, bring the Muslims, bring the Christians, bring the Hebrews, bring the Moors, bring the corner boys hustling with the pack of weed in the back pocket. Bring everybody. This is an event for the whole community. Dr. Umar Johnson is coming to Lexington for the first time ever. Tuesday, September 20th, 6 to 9. Doors open up at 4, and we will be inside of Bradford Hall. Bradford Hall at Kentucky State University, 400 East Main Street. You can get your tickets online or at the door. Online or at the door. If you want to get them online, you get them at princeofpanafricanism.eventbrite.com. I repeat, princeofpanafricanism.eventbrite.com. You can also get them at the door. And if you need more information about the event, if you're interested in being a vendor or an opening act, if you want to be a vendor or an opening act, you can call 313-635-6798. I repeat, questions about the event should be sent to 313-635-6798. And if you prefer email, you can contact the host at drumarkstate@gmail.com. I repeat, Dr. Umar, kstate@gmail.com. I will also be talking about the upcoming 2017 Black Boy and Girl Black College and Consciousness Tour. We did the first one last summer, my brother. It was powerful. The students are still hitting me up. They said, Dr. Umar, when are we going to go on the next college tour? We took them to the Malcolm and Betty Shabazz site, the world-famous Apollo Theater. We went to the great site of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, Dr. Yusuf bin Yakinen, James Robinson, Paul Baldwin, Malcolm X, Betty Shabazz. We went to Cheney University, Lincoln University, Howard University, Morgan State University, Bowie State University. We went to Hampton University. We went to Norfolk State University, the Great Blacks and Wax Museum. We went to Great Adventures, Dorney Park. We went to the Nat Turner Trail. That was last year. This year, my brother, we're going to go from Atlanta. We're going to be going to Dr. King Home, the National Civil Rights Museum, Clark Atlanta, Morehouse, Spelman, Fisk University, Tennessee State, Tuskegee, the George Washington Carver Museum, Carolina Slave Trail, the Civil War Boat Ride, the Oyotunji African Village. If you have a child between the age of 11 and 17, if you have any questions about what's going on with your child inside of the school in Kentucky, if you have questions about the learning disability, IEP, ADHD, conduct disorder, psychiatric meds, immunization, vaccination, school law, school suspension, all your questions will be answered on Tuesday, which is a day before we celebrate the 11th anniversary of my organization, Team Pan-African, September 21st, 2005. So I'm calling the K-State debut, my brother, the Team Pan-African Anniversary Lecture. Black Power.
Hey, that is beautiful. Black Power, most definitely. My brother, due to time, we are going to have to cut it short. I wish we could just sit here and speak with you and just hear you speak all night long. However, due to time constraints or whatever, we are going to have to, shut it down. If there's anything, we got all of 2 minutes. So if there's anything that you want to let the listeners know, hey, you got 2 minutes to say anything that you may need to get out there to make sure that everybody is in attendance on Tuesday.
Yes, sir. If they need to reach me, they can reach me directly. Email drumarjohnson@yahoo.com. That's DRUMAR Johnson @yahoo.com. DRUMARJOHNSON @yahoo.com. Website drumarjohnson.com. Phone number 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dr. Umar Johnson, and on Facebook, Dr. Umar Batunde. Lexington, Kentucky, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Garveyite #1, our foremost school psychologist and revolutionary, is coming to Kentucky State on Tuesday. I will be there, and you make sure you be there as well.
Hey, thank you so much for calling in. I know how busy your schedule is. I know how much stuff you have going on. I mean, people can hear how busy you are. I would just, from Blackout Radio, from myself, Corey Dunn, from my brother, Brandon Dunn, the mayor, we just would like to thank you for calling in. Just so you know, my daughter is sitting here in the studio right now. Brandon had to step out because he had to take care of his children and football and whatnot. But my daughter is sitting here listening. I just pulled her out of school this week. She's going to start homeschooling based on some of the things that I have learned from you. So I would just like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you have done for the movement, for our people, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, my brother, and I will see you in a few days.
Oh, most definitely. I look forward to it. Peace and blessings, brother. That was Dr. Umar Johnson. Unfortunately, you know, we don't have time to go into the normal solutions and this, that, and the other, but we going to build, y'all. So please keep tuning in to Blackout Radio with the Dunn boys. This is Corey, the king of controversy. Brandon had to step out. You know, Brandon Dunn, the mayor. Thank y'all for listening. We're going to be back with y'all next week, same time, same channel. But you know what I'm saying? Before y'all hear our show on Wednesday, please make sure y'all in attendance on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock at K-State University to hear the great Dr. Umar Johnson speak about what we need to do to better ourselves and our children. Anyway, until next time, we're going to have to bounce up out of here. Much love, peace, and blessings.